Alright, hello everybody. It's time for another live stream. Yay. Today we're finishing Ring 5, or at least getting very close to. Originally I did say I might release Ring 5 today, but mostly it's been the editing of the video that is taking forever. Yeah, I actually haven't worked on this at all since the last stream, which was like 2 weeks ago. Because I've been working on the video. Which, yeah, it was like 13,000 words for the script. Then, like, it's all scripted too, so that means, like, a lot of editing, because I gotta get all the things to match up with what I'm saying. Unlike for a more normal video with, like, live commentary, it doesn't take as long. But, yeah. So, as I was working on the rest of the ring, hold on, let me pull it up. Any various, like, random miscellaneous tasks I need to do, I started listing. So I've got like 20 of them. Some of them will take longer than others. So I guess let's just get started. Some of them are just like really random. Some of them are kind of really big important things I should do. But I did the menu already. I guess that wasn't really a minor type thing. Okay, technically this list is things that still need to be done, but it's mostly random miscellaneous things. I made the tower rush. I made the badges. Well, I uploaded them all. You guys have submitted all the badge icons and descriptions. So, I do gotta upload those, but that won't take very long. And you guys don't want to see that. It's boring. Let's start with difficulty voting, which I did most of that already. Which, that was last stream when I did that. Where, as I recall, the way I did this was, in each tower, I put an invisible part, kind of like a checkpoint, that once you reach that point, you are then allowed to vote on that tower's difficulty. Because it's about, like, 70-80% through the tower, so by then you should have a good idea of what the difficulty is. Then I have this difficulty voting area, which is, not very good. It's just a platform. So we're gonna fix that today. And where's the script for it? I think I put it in server scripts surface. Tower voting script, not tower rush script. Here we go. When you hit a difficulty voting point of any tower, you gain the ability to vote on the tower's difficulty. Is that? I think that's what this is. Yeah. So then we go through all the... Okay. I think I get it. Just refreshing myself on how I coded this. So each button, there's going to be 5 for each tower. And each button has a value of whether it's pressed or not. What tower it, like, corresponds to. What vote that button is for. And then, like, the actual button part. That's kind of how that works. So... hold on. Incorporate the voting area into the lobby. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is left. Hold on. If I enter the game, unless I deleted my own votes, which I don't think I did. Maybe I did. No, apparently I did. Yeah, I've coded it completely. I just need to put in all the buttons. So, like, let's say I vote that Tower of Birth, or Tower of beginner-friendly obstacles is low easy. The server has now saved that, and then if I were to print this save again, it would not say TOBFO right there. But it would say, low easy. But hold on, I may have just discovered a problem. And I didn't mean to click that. If I go here, why did that not save? Well, well, obviously something's not working. So I guess that's our first thing to fix. The scripts that kind of do that are going to be, this is going to be one of them. Okay, Ring 5 tower voting profiles. Where do I even call that anywhere? Yes. Enable voting. Oh. Apparently, yeah, right. I removed that. Why would I do that? Okay. So, what happens when you press the button? Okay. Let me try to catch you up with what's going on here. So, this script kind of deals with the data saving. And so we have this function, which will be called when a player reaches floor 7 of a tower. If they've never reached that, then they can now vote on the tower's difficulty. Let me spell it right. We need one that actually does the vote. In this script, we have a function called add vote for submitting a vote to the tower's difficulty, with the arguments being the player's user ID, what tower they're voting on, and their difficulty vote. Okay. Let me uncomment this. Okay. So it did submit the vote. I didn't have it saved to my profile. Wait, is that... I thought I... like, coded that to, like, press the buttons when you... like, since I voted on that, I thought it, like, I made it press the button when you do that. But apparently not. What do we do? We loop through all of the table of votes for this tower and decide if the player is allowed to submit this vote or not. If they've already voted and the vote they're trying to submit is the same as the previous vote, don't allow the vote to go through. If we make it through the entire table with no player and vote matches. What? You know, whatever. So that's fine. The question is, do I want to save your vote to your profile? Which is basically, I don't really feel like explaining it, but your profile is this, where I'm saving, like, this is already connected to my user ID, basically. So it's just a list of what towers you can vote on. It doesn't have what your vote was, or even if you voted on it yet. So do I want it to, like, update, like, when you vote, I want it to, like, add, like, low easy to that or something? Kind of don't need to, unless I need to for the purpose of making the button press when you, join the game. Well, there is another script somewhere. It's called Tower Voting Script Client. When a player submits a vote for a tower's difficulty, this client script will do the visual effect of pressing the button. This is done on the client so other players don't see that button get pressed. Alright, so if I join the game, then let's say I want to vote on this option. Wait, it did just press that. Why did it just do that? Did it just magically fix itself? Did you see that? It did get pressed as I joined. Well, I guess that's a good thing. But look, so this is from the server view, and thus other players, they're not going to see this button being down unless they've also pressed that vote, because that change was made by a local script. So only I saw that. Okay, so apparently I did. Yeah. So what is doing that? Something. It's probably this script, because, I mean, there's the... Oh, yeah, here we go. When a player joins, press the buttons corresponding with all the difficulty votes they've submitted. Game.players.player added connect function player. We're going to wait 5 seconds, and then go through that entire table of tower acronyms, plus the one for Ring 5 Tower Rush, and we are going to look through the... Hold on. Yeah. Look through all the votes that have been submitted and see if we find the player's user ID. If we do, then we're going to find the button model that corresponds with that vote and then press it by firing this. Okay. So actually, the past 10 minutes have been for nothing. But I suppose that was good for refreshing myself on how I coded that like 2 weeks ago, because that was the last time I worked on this. But back to building this lobby. All there is left to do is, well, for the lobby, I guess, is put this in a better looking spot than just a rectangle on the ground. And then also I'm going to need a lot more buttons. I'll do 5 buttons per tower you can vote on. And there's 19 of them. Well, there's 18 towers plus the Ring 5 Tower Rush. So that's going to be 5 times 19, which is 95. So how am I going to fit all those? It would need to be like a giant rock, and I don't really... That'd be like half the size of the lobby. So what do I want to do about that? Maybe I could like put a teleporter to an area, and then I style it a bit like the win room up here. That could be cool. And I don't want to put it in the win room either, because that would mean you'd have to beat a tower again to go and vote on it or change a vote. Now, I mean, this one you can beat in like 30 seconds and it's super easy, but I still don't really feel like that's the way to do that. Where did they put it in the Forgotten Ridge? That's what I'm basing this whole difficulty voting system off of, because they did this in JTOH, or now ETOH, for the Forgotten Ridge. Should we go watch an old video of mine together? Put it under the map? How about you add a part with 2 arrows on it that lets you select a tower to vote on? I could. Yeah, actually, I like that idea. How would I code that though? Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, hold on. Let me enter the game for a second. I think what you're saying is get like a sort of thing like this type of arrow, like, and then you just change that. And then like it'll say like TOBF, well, if it's 5, it wouldn't be that one, it would be TOBC2. The 2 TOBCs might be a problem for that. We'll get to that in a second. Let's say 6, that would be Tower of Vast Outdoor Expeditions. You click that, it goes to that. Although, the way I ordered these, they're not really in difficulty order. Well, like the first 3 are, and then I kind of went by like submission order within each difficulty. Like over here, the Remorselesses, like, well, this one I definitely think is the hardest of the area, but, you know, these 2 might be different placements, which I will change depending on the difficulty votes, unless they just happen to line up with what's there. But, I guess I ought to decide what difficulties I think these are, because that's how they're going to be in the release, but, that's something for later. What chat am I reading? The live stream chat. I could check the Discord too, but it does like the streamer mode thing, which I do kind of like because I don't want to hear the notification sound every 2 seconds. But it's not that often. Someone says, the one time I wake up early for a stream and I'm still late. It was only 4 minutes, so it's all good. Tower development. What am I looking for? There we go. Okay. Tower of never gonna give you up. Real. Okay. So then, this is gonna need to be reworked a little bit. I am gonna go with your idea of you can just like change which which tower you're trying to vote on, rather than having 95 buttons. Now, that wouldn't necessarily, having 95 buttons wouldn't really lag out the game because these aren't client objects. They're merely based on the client object button. But even then, the client object buttons, they have module scripts in them, so the scripts don't run until they're called, which is going to be, I guess, when you press it. I think that's how that works. But let's see, we have buttons, difficulty voting area. Yeah, this is the part. Let me add the, I guess I'll do this on a part. So let me add a part. Let me make sure to anchor it, and we're gonna call it tower selection button. And I know this isn't exactly centered on here, but it's okay. We'll fix that. I'm gonna make it 0.05. Do that, and I'm also gonna make it transparency 1 can collide false. Let me add a surface GUI actually to the top. You can see it appeared there. Now let me add a text label to that, and of course it's the wrong way, because why wouldn't it be? Let me change that to 2.5. And then rotate it. And let's see, I want this to be, where's size? Here it is. I want it to be, how many studs is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah. I want it to be 3 out of, what? Let's go 8 studs. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. Now it's a bit off, but that's fine. We'll go 2 studs on either side for the arrow buttons. Then that leaves, well, 4 studs. No need to use a calculator for that. Meaning that is half of the size of this. So it's always so annoying to find the property you're looking for when I'm dealing with text labels. But I want it to be 0.5, 0, 1, 0. That should be like that. And then I just need to center it, which I can do by changing the anchor point along the x-axis to be 0.5. Then I can set its position along the x-axis to also be 0.5. Now that should be centered, which it is. Cool. This will have what tower you're voting on. That's not what I changed for that. I changed that. Let's call it tower acronym label. Acronym label. I can't type. And let's go background transparency. Or no, background color 3, 0, 0, 0. Then take the text. We'll do the font. The one I'm going with for most of these things around the ring is that Microma. Then there's text color 3. Let's make that be white. Then we'll do text scaled as well. Now you can really see that it says TOBFO and it doesn't look terrible. Now I'm going to need 2 text buttons, which I think work on... Yeah, look, the color gets a little bit darker when I hover over it. Yeah, so it does work on a part. And the fact that it wasn't, like, grayed out, you know, like these are, indicates it's, like, kind of meant to go there. Like, it'll work as you think it will. This one is 0.25 out of... Or 0.5 out of 8, which is 0.25. Then 1, 0 again. And it's already in the position properly. However, this does mean I have to... Since I can't just copy paste it because this isn't a text label, it's a text button. What did I do? I did background color 3 is black. I did the text font is my chroma. I did text color 3 is that. And I did text scaled. And then I changed the text and we're going to make it be that. Yeah. Although I kind of want to make background color 3 like a different color. Let's go like... gray. Make it a little bit darker. You can't even see that. Oh wait, that's text color 3. Oopsie, I'm stupid. Background color 3. Let's make it like that color. No, too bright. That color. There we go. Now you can more clearly see what's part of the button and what isn't. And let's call this previous tower button. Let's duplicate it and call one next tower button. This one, I'm going to set the anchor point to... Where's that? Anchor point. To 1. Why did it disappear? I think it's right there, though. So I should be able to set its position to 1. Yeah. Now, I can just change this to be greater than. And let's save. That looks good. It's like UI, but on the ground. With like 1 pixel if you position your camera just right. Now, one thing I thought of, what if I make that text match the difficulty of the tower? But that's the very thing you're voting on, so maybe I don't want to do that. We'll be fine. But next question is, what about the 2 TOBCs? I kind of want it to only, like, in the code, I refer to Tower of Birthday Celebrations as TOBC1, like that, and then this one as Tower Big Cave as TOBC2, like that. But then when you enter either one of those towers, like where it says the acronym underneath the timer, it says TOBC for both of them. Because, let me turn the volume off. Like, it just seems kind of random to put TOBC1. Because, I mean, really that's only for me to know. But then, how do you know which one you're voting on over here? I mean, you could look at what towers are next to it, but that seems kind of stupid that you'd have to do that. So, I could do TOBC... Some ways we've been distinguishing them as by Roro. I'd probably write by Shark though. That kind of works. Doesn't fill up too much space. I'd write by Shark. What if there's no line break, which there may or may not be? Can you do that though? Can you like make it add a line break? Maybe you can do that with like the HTML formatting thing, which I do not want to figure out. Or I could just write the full names of every tower. Let's try Tower of Beginner Friendly Obstacles. That fits pretty nicely. Tower of Big Cave. So does that one. Tower of... Let's do the longest tower name. Have Symmetrical Sophisticated Stimulation. Still fits decently well. Tower of I Love Purism. Yeah, do I want to do that? I think I'll do that. Roro, I have an interesting idea. What if you put a UI gradient on the text? Set the values to the difficulties being picked between. For example, TOBB would have an intense remorseless gradient. I could do that. maybe I'll do that for the like background though, because the text you won't be able to see quite as well. Maybe, I guess let's find out. UI gradient. I have not used these before, so no time like the present to figure that out. So how does this work? What if I set that to like red? That just changes the color. Do I like duplicate it and then put a different color? Uh-oh. No, that didn't do anything. How do I use these things? Click the 3 dots. Oh. I know you guys can't see that, I think. It's like a little slider thing, like in Photoshop or something. Let's put the other side as green, and then click close. Why didn't that do anything? It just deleted it. Why would it do that? There we go. Okay, you can see that pretty well. I just selected a random color though. Let's do one that you might actually see. Let's do easy to medium. So that'll be green to yellow. Okay, close. These colors are kind of similar. I can make it be a different shade of yellow or something. If I make that darker. I mean, you can kind of tell well enough. I suppose that works. Let's try a different set of colors. Let's do, like... Well, okay, some of these will have up to, I guess... Well, hold on. Will each one need 2 difficulties? It could be, or what? Let's think about this. If we have a tower that it's submitted difficulty, or if they didn't like specify one when they submitted it, like they specified like which difficulty here, but not like mid insane. Well, no, there weren't any insanes. No, like high challenging, low challenging, nothing like that. On some of them, I'll just decide based on my own opinions. But let's say the difficulty it says in the release is right here in the middle of challenging. What I'm going to do is the difficulties you can vote on, so the 5 options you get, are that difficulty, and then like 2 in either direction. So that would mean if it's in the middle, you at mid-challenging, you could vote if it's mid-challenging, or high-challenging, or low-intense, or low-challenging, or high-difficult. So up to 3. If it's, like submitted difficulty is, say here, low-intense, you could vote low intense, you could vote mid intense, high challenging, or mid challenging. So 2 or 3. So I believe. Well, let's see if it's one where the possible difficulties are challenging to intense, or what? Difficult to intense, I mean. Let me click it. Difficult is FF0000. Intense is black. Ooh, if it's black, you can't really see it. I can make the background be white. Tower acronym label background color 3. Do that. But then I want to make these be black. I think that would look better. Huh? Why did it just... Is the UI gradient is... The UI gradient is applying to the black. You just can't see it because it's black. The letter hath been sent in the tower development. What does that mean? I trust this message finds you the very best in health experience. Requesting being permitted to serve as a lobby builder for your Steam game. Having logged by their fine craftsmanship, maybe I should read that a bit. Okay. I trust this message finds you in the very best of health and spirits. I write you with the utmost respect and a humble heart, earnestly requesting the honor of being permitted to serve as a lobby builder for your esteemed game. Having long admired the refined craftsmanship of your creative endeavors, I am most eager to contribute my modest skills towards enhancing the overall experience for fellow enthusiasts. I remain fully committed to upholding the high standards associated with your establishment, and I am prepared to devote the requisite time and effort to ensure that every lobby is rendered with the utmost precision and elegance. I would be most grateful if you would consider my request favorably, and I am, of course, at your complete disposal should you require any further particulars or wish to discuss this proposal in more detail. Yours faithfully, Luca 1000. Excellently written. Yeah, I am gonna let people become developers or builders or things for this after the Ring 5 release. So yeah, that will definitely help me make these faster, which is good. But also what's gonna help a lot is that a lot of all the scripting stuff I've done for this, I won't have to do next time. I won't have to do for Ring 6. For instance, the tower statistics saving, that's going to be way easier because most of that has already been done. And I will actually have to do some of that sort of thing possibly today if we get to it, because I got to apply it to Tower of the Planets. I want to add the menu and stuff to that. Anyways, where were we? Well, to answer your question, yes, you could become a lobby builder. Very epic. Roro Studios. Am I allowed to put a poll in tower development? Yes, you may do that. Okay, so if I put a UI gradient, then it applies to this entire thing, text and the background. So if I make it a frame instead, and then give it the same positioning by setting its size to the same thing as this, Control C, Control V, setting its anchor point, I think I changed that too, although that one I just remember what I set it to, it was 0.5. I can't even see the frame, where is it? Let me temporarily delete that. Oh wait, it needs to be in the surface. There we go. That was the problem. Then let's go border. No wait, position. 0.5. Okay. This let's add a UI gradient to. See how that looks. And then set this thing's Z index. I think that exists. Yeah. Set this one to be above that. Now that covers up the whole gradient, but if I just set background transparency to 1, then also set the background color 3 to the default, because yes, that is a requirement. There. Now what the text being white would technically mean you wouldn't be able to see it if catastrophic difficulty, but there's no catastrophic difficulty towers in this ring, so that's fine. It will become a problem later in some future rings, but for now I can just not worry about it. Back to this problem though, of how do I deal with 3 possible difficulties? Can I add another point? Yeah, I can add another point on the gradient. Although interesting, that one just I know you guys can't see that, but it's like a slider gradient thingy. When I add a new point on it, it just assumed the color of where that gradient is, which just so happens to be since challenging, since dark red is between light red and black, it's already kind of doing that. So that time it worked. My life was slightly easier there, but that's not always going to be the case. Let's say do we have any mid-medium towers? Probably one of those is. Yeah. So that would mean we'd need one that goes from, wait, wrong thing. Hold on. We need one that goes from green to difficult, which would be that. But I don't want It's not really yellow, is it? So I can add another point on the gradient and then set its color to be yellow. You can still read that. I don't know. If I could have the text be black except when it's intense, I could code it to do that, but I don't really know if that's worth doing. Why not make the background of the part white so you can see the gradient? Huh. The gradient is the background. Add an outline. Good idea. I like that. Tower acronym label. Text stroke color 3. No, text stroke transparency, actually. Can I change, like, the amount of stroke there? Like, how thick the line is? I don't think I can. I always forget that exists. But it does. And there. Now it looks so much better. Let's see it with some other combinations where it's not just a simple gradient. Dog. I could do easy to hard. Wait, that's what this is. I'm stupid. Hold on. It wouldn't be easy to difficult. It would be easy to hard. Which I'll guess maybe isn't the exact color, but that kind of gives you an idea. It would look about the same as that. Okay, let's try these three. Yellow to red. With a orange in between. Yeah, that one is actually within the gradient, so that works. Let's try these three. Orange to dark red. Like that color to like that color. Does that put like a bright red in the middle? Not really. Okay. So which ones will need a third gradient point? Maybe I better start writing these down. Hold on. Color gradients that need a third gradient point is going to be not this one. Yes, this one. Medium to difficult. Hard to challenging. You know, it would be quite smart if I just moved this over here, wouldn't it? What's the next one? Difficult to intense. We did that one earlier. That one doesn't need it. Challenging to remorseless, definitely. That's going to need 3 gradient stops. I think that's the correct word. Hold on, let me just go to remorseless, which is going to be that color combination. No, that one. And in the middle, we want black. There. Kind of looks a bit goofy. 3 kind of random colors, except it's not random, but that's what that looks like. And then we have intense to insane with remorseless in between. Hold on, let me write this one down. Was that challenging to remorseless? Now we need intense to insane with, in the middle, we want that. So 4 of them. But I think there's a way to change this with a script, but it's like really weird, and I kind of don't feel like figuring that out. Are you being ignored? Sorry. Did you see my message? Why did you do TOBC1 and TOBC2 when you could have used the second letter of the last word after the C? So Tower of Big Cave would be TOBC lowercase e, and the other would be TOBC A. I guess I could, but usually another letter indicates another word. And I mean, even though it's lowercase, you know, it would be like the words you don't capitalize in a title. So like TOBC A would be like Tower of Big Cave and Tower of Big Cave. Wait, this is TOBC A. TOBC E. Are there any don't capitalize them words that start with E? Probably. Okay. So I will include insane on the voting options for, like, well, the remorselesses, I guess. Or at least the high remorseless one. And is there a mid remorseless? I guess we'll see. Oh, where were we? Like I was just saying. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you can script this, I think, but it's really weird and confusing. What is that? It's not letting me copy paste it, so yeah, it would probably just be easier to just, like, put example UI gradients and then just, like, paste it into that frame. So, well, we already know it's going to start on, like, every time you join the game, this is going to start on Tower of Beginner Friendly Obstacles, the easiest tower. And I think pretty much everyone would agree with that, so we're kind of good in claiming that. So, let me set the text here to be Tower of Beginner Friendly Obstacles. Then this one, what do we have? Since I would say the difficulty is low, easy. I'm still looking over there for the difficulty chart. It's over here. So, but I can't really go to, you know, there's no difficulty below easy. I'm not gonna put like effortless or anything. So, to do 5 options, I guess I gotta go up to here. Well, that's still easy to medium. So let me delete that gradient stop and do easy to medium. There we go. Why is it called a restroom if I'm fighting for my life in there? Who knows? Have any of you ever run out of toilet paper in a public restroom? Isn't that like everyone's worst nightmare? What do you do in that situation? I've been lucky enough to never have that happen. Type your response to that as I do the next thing, which is something. Let's see, I'm gonna go find that script, tower voting script server. Oh, right, but then I also have to make this client sign in. Because I don't want one player to, like, be able to, like, if a player's wanting to vote on, that tower of I Love Purism, and they click that a bunch of times to go to that tower, I don't want another player to see that. Okay. Well, then, I could either code this on the client or the server. So let me vote the client, or bring both of them up. Let's see. If I change it on the client, then If I change this on the client, then that means the server is going to have to know what it is that they've changed it to, which should probably be storing player names in a table, as well as what they have that set to, which is kind of not what I want to do. That, or what I'm probably going to do is when this is clicked, it's detected by the server, and then it... Oh, wait, no, but I can't, because I can't know who clicked it based on that. Well, server or tower voting script, it is. I mean, client-sided, it is. It's making me consider reworking all these to run on the client instead, though. But, well, no, because we gotta... Yeah, okay. The server script basically does everything. The only thing the client script does is push down the button, like the visual effect, because the client or the server needs to know that. The client, only that client should see that. So if I add to this like a thing to change that text in the gradient as you like as you click the buttons, don't know why my brain isn't braining, then I just like tell the server what it is. So what do I need to do? Where's add vote? Here it is. Well, it just adds the vote, and how do we determine what their vote is? Vote variable, vote. Oh, it's just passed in the function. Let me do vote. Okay. Well, no, it's a tower name. That's what I'm... Tower acronym. How do I determine that? I did button model dot tower acronym dot value. So if instead, I guess I can do like an invoke client. I'll do that. Yeah, that's not too bad. A lot less bad than storing tables. So, yeah, I've got an idea of how to do this now. Let's start by saving in tower voting script client a bunch of... Where are they? Here we go. A bunch of UI gradients. So I'm going to make one to fit like the difficulties, and I'm going to go Control X to cut it. Then I'm going to go to tower voting script, Control Shift V to paste into. You're not going to see anything happen there because it's like not going to affect a local script because it just doesn't do that. But what I can do later is then just copy and paste this in the script, or clone it into this frame. A bit something like that. Now let's do the next gradient combination. Right, but this is going to require like I also need to rename these. One thing at a time, Roro. Some of them will have two. Like some voting options will have 2 difficulties you can vote on. Some of them will have 3. So to know what it is I'm going to need to decide what difficulties everything is. Or I could just make every possible combination. There's not that many. There's probably like 20 or so. Because I don't even need to go all the way up the difficulty chart, just to insane, which is still most of the way up the difficulty chart. How many is it, though? We could have 1. We could have... Hold on. 1. We could have 2. We could have 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I counting that right? I feel like I'm counting that wrong. I think I'm doing it right, though. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. I guess we'll do that. Yeah. Besides, I might need them for future rings anyway. I'm sorry if I don't want to delay the game too much. If my idea is too tedious, then don't worry about it. No, this is definitely a lot better than 95 buttons. And besides, this is not what's delaying this so much. It's the editing of the video. But I did shorten, or I'm trying to shorten the script a lot, because I've realized there's a lot of, like, technical, very deeply explained coding, especially for, like, the data stores. And it's like, who cares? I realized no one's going to want to listen to me yap about that for an hour. So, yeah, I kind of summarized it a lot. But this should be worth it. Like, yeah. No one wants a million buttons. So, yeah. But we have easy to medium. Now we need easy to hard, which that's not actually the color that I should copy paste from. Nor is that. I could go to WinPad script, then get the color that it puts the win message as, which is, where's a hard tower? Here it is. These colors. Just sort of randomly picked one before, but yeah. Let me do that. Let me... What was the colors? It was those. Paste it somewhere I can look at. Then just go 212, 114, 27. But then I also need a gradient stop in the middle. And I've discovered this is where I can exactly center it. I don't just have to eyeball it. Again, you guys can't see that. Sorry. Make that yellow. In theory, that gradient is perfect. But not really. You can't really see the orange color for hard. If I move this over a bit more, that looks a bit better. What if I add, like, something... Uh-oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, let me just delete that. Yeah, this is good. Okay, let me go Control-X, and then go over to the script, and go Control-Shift-V. And let me rename these before this gets too chaotic. Let's go easy dash... I'd rather make it an underscore. Easy underscore hard. So, like, easy to hard. It's going to be easy to medium. Then, what's the next one I'm doing? Medium to hard. So, I can copy-paste that one into here so I can look at it. We're going to go from medium, which is that, to hard, which is down in the bottom left. 212, 114, 27. Okay. Rename this accordingly. Easy to, or no, medium to hard. Control-X. Control-Shift-V. Next is medium to difficult. Let me take this one. Paste into. Set the first color to yellow. Set the last color to... Hold on. Idea. Paste that. That's the hex code of the hard difficulty. We got difficult, and then I can do that. Cool. Then this, let's put it at the halfway point. See how that looks. Kind of want a little bit more red. Wait, why did I put it in that? Why is it? No, this is... What is this one again? Medium to difficult. I did that completely wrong. We want yellow here. We want red here. We want orange here. Yeah, no, that looks fine. Okay, now that I'm seeing things correctly, rename this to be medium to difficult. Now go, cut with the right click, because why not? Then let's take another 2 difficulty one. Just go here. easy underscore medium. Now we're going to do hard underscore difficult. I did medium to hard already. So this is another 2, 1, so I can just take that, paste it, and then set the other side to be like that. Could use a bit more orange. Why does it look so red, though? Did I... Because I'm stupid. Hold on. Apparently I'm not actually clicking the things I think I'm clicking. Yeah, that needs a bit more orange. Let me try adding another gradient stop. Like here. How does that look? It's basically a gradient from here to here, and then it's the same color from here to here. I think it's good enough. Okay. Or does that just look goofy? Maybe this should be exactly halfway. Does that look better? What did I just do? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, now we go Control X. Paste into. Now we need hard to challenging. This is going to take a while. Read chat break. What do you think of JTOH Kit V6? It's going to be very epic. I'm excited to see the new client objects. Someone told me what they were, or what a couple of them were, like, revealed what they would be. One of them was, like, property changer or something, I think, right? Which is cool. Seems kind of not that important, but it would be for making cool client object mechanics. Which color is insane? Then it's 13, not 12. Oh. Hi, Roro Studios. Hi, Adrian Gamer XP. I know you. You made a couple of the badges that I need to upload. Okay, so we just did hard to difficult, which is that one. Now I need to do hard to challenging. So let me take this, Control C, Control V. Do that. Let me paste that here. In the middle, let me put difficult. And then at the end, I'm going to need to get the challenging combination from one of these. TOET, Tower of Epics Hopheads. That one is challenging. Let me just paste that there. Now I can click here. That you guys can't see. 139.66 is the color combination. But you can't see that very well. So what if I put another gradient stop of that same color? You can see it a little bit. Wait, no, this is one of the ones where I don't need the... Did it come back? Where I don't need the, like, intermediate stop, because it's just, like, does... Come back here. Just, like, does that already. Yeah. We kind of got some bright red in there, and then... Well, actually, yes, this one... Where's my list? Medium to difficult. Did I do that? Did I do that one yet? This is already being chaos. No, we did easy, medium. We need 2 that start on each difficulty. Right now I'm doing... We need the one that goes 1 difficulty up and the one that goes 2 difficulties up. So we have easy to medium, easy to hard. We have medium to difficult, medium to hard. So we got those 2. Now we're doing hard to challenging. So now I just need to put difficult in the middle. I would think. But you can't really see that. So let me make that even darker. Yeah, now you can see it. Let me copy this hex value. Then paste it in. Oh, no, I don't like that. That's fine. Alright. Go back up to here. This is not easy to hard, but it is hard to challenging. And now let's go Control X, or just Control C, because I clicked the wrong one. There. Okay, next up we need difficult. Difficult to challenging, then difficult to intense. Let's take hard to challenging, since that way it already has the... I keep pressing to delete to try and delete the gradient stops, and it's deleting the whole part, and that's getting, or the whole, gradient? Yeah, and that's getting annoying. But this is difficult to challenging. It's not enough dark red. Let me bring that back. It kind of looks terrible. Never mind. That's fine. Okay. Type that in. Difficult underscore challenging. Control X. Control V. And actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I could have just copy pasted it because I need it back here anyway. Because this one I want to be difficult to intense. And I want to just change the second gradient stop to be black. Cool. Because I don't need the challenging stop in between, because red, bright red to black includes challenging, which is dark red. Although, again, you can't really see it much. Let me try putting a challenging color stop. So, hold on. Let me get the color again from here, which is this. Again, you can just see, like, exactly where the color changes, and that looks kind of bad. That's a little bit better. Here's the comparison. Yeah, hey, we'll do that. I kind of like that one better. I was modifying this, right? Yeah. Difficult to intense. Let me go Control X, Control V right here. Oh, this takes a while. Hello, gaming legend. Should we take a break? Maybe we can do that after I finish these gradients. Okay, so we did... Remember, each difficulty needs 2 gradients, one that goes 1 difficulty above and one that goes 2 difficulties above. So we did both of them for easy, medium, hard, difficult, and we need to go up to remorseless. Well, up to intense for doing 2 of those, then remorseless just needs 1, because there's none that would go up to extreme. Except possibly the Ring 5 Tower Rush, so never mind, we will need to include extreme. So we're 4 difficulties up, and we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 more, so we're about halfway done. But this does require some focus, so I can't really do things to talk about while live streaming while doing this. Oh well, what are you going to do? We did difficult. Now I need to do challenging to intense. So let me go paste in here. Hold on, let me get the hex code of challenging, which is not that. I'm using that instead because I think it looks nicer on these because the other one's too bright. Challenging to intense. Close and rename that as such. Challenging to intense. Let me go Control C, Control V, not Control X, Control V. That way, I can more easily make this be the challenging to remorseless one. This one needs to be magenta. Pink, whatever you want to call it. Too much pink, though. Let's go like this. That looks better. Okay, cool. This one is going to be challenging to remorseless. Let me go Control X, Control V. Okay, now we need the intense ones, so just copy any of them, really. This one doesn't matter, I'm just starting it over completely. This is going to be intense to remorseless. So we need, we need, we need, Too much pink again. Do that, and then don't have it start until, like, there-ish. Okay, now do Control-C, Control-V. We're getting faster at this. Did that just paste in? I can't tell. It didn't. Why? Why not? There you go. This one needs to be intense to insane. Again, a color sequence. Let me delete that gradient stop. This one, well, we need a, at like 0.5, halfway across, we do magenta. Take this and then make it be blue. And change the gradient stop position because I think that looks better. And I already renamed it. What is it doing? This one, come on. I may cut and then paste down here. But actually just paste it back because I need another gradient stop. Intense to insane. Now I need remorseless to insane. Remorseless to, well, yeah, there we go. Do this, like that. Delete that. There's remorseless to insane. Control-C. Control-V. If you would actually paste into, why is it not doing that? Okay, remorseless to insane. Now I need remorseless to... Did I do the ones that started intense? Yeah. I did remorseless to insane. Now I need remorseless to extreme. This is the second to last one to do. And pink to light blue. Or pink to, what color is that? Yeah, light blue. That one doesn't have one of these. It does need one, though. For Tower of the Planets. But also, do I want to deal with wind messages for that? I kind of don't want to do that right now. So never mind. I've been pinged in general on Discord. Let me read this. I know the max is 50 by 50, but can this please equal 3 floors? I don't have that much gameplay. Yes. Haven't checked the live stream chat in a while, sorry. Why not make the arrows gray instead of fully black to not be confused for some people? Make the arrows detach from the panel so it's not confusing. Also, maybe make it a cylinder. Light mode. Why does everyone roast me for light mode? It looks better, and I'm so used to seeing local is blue, and these things are red, and this is light blue, and comments are green. On Roblox Studio, I use light mode because I actually like it. On Discord, I use light mode to annoy everyone. That one... You may be annoyed, because that's the point. Ha. And yeah, I'll detach the buttons from here. We'll get to that next, though. We did remorseless to... No, we didn't. We just renamed it. Then I got a bit distracted here. I am going to need a gradient stop, but about 0.5, and I'm going to call it... Or make it be blue. Then I just kind of have to eyeball it. I can base it off this color. Just again, paste that down here. Which is 51, 88, 130. It probably... That looks surprisingly well. I didn't expect it to look that well. So, okay. Let me replace this with the hex code also. Since that's easier to... I can just copy paste that all at once. Let me add a new gradient stop and give it that. We'll go like this. Cool. Because remember, since these are neon, it's a bit weird. The color that I actually set it to is darker than the color it actually displays, because neon just makes the color be brighter. So like this color is not the same as this color. It's weird. I don't know why. So I was expecting that to appear too dark, but kind of works. I could try it. I mean, it looks fine. Okay. Remorseless to extreme. Let me go. What is the last one I need? The last one I need is insane to extreme. Unless I think that, well, no. Unless I think that the Ring 5 Tower Rush is extreme, which I don't. So, yeah. The last one I need is just insane to extreme. So let me go Control C, not Control X, but Control C, then paste that into here, and then call this one insane to extreme. So just type in insane right there. Then make the first gradient stop be blue. And then delete the other ones. I don't need them yet. Wait, bring that back. There, now we have insane to extreme. Let's go like that. Finally, that took forever. I'm going to, at last, cut this, paste it in here. Then we're going to start with easy to hard. No, easy to medium. Because, let me just paste that back in here. This is what you'll see each time when, it'll default to this every time you join the game. Whether it's your first time joining or whatever, if you've already voted. Ring 5 Tower Rush could be remorseless. It would be 7.99 if it was, though. Well, yeah, that's why you can vote on it. Wait. Yeah, then I don't need insane to extreme. What am I doing? That was pointless to add that. I'll go ahead and leave it there. I could just complete the set now and add 4 more. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah, so now that well, it was a question of what do I think Ring 5 Tower Rush is. I said it was insane and didn't specify it any further than that. I figured, well, it wouldn't make any sense for it to be a lower difficulty than the hardest tower, which is high remorseless. So it's probably around here on the difficulty chart. So low insane, which would mean it could include 2 below it, which would be high remorseless, mid remorseless, and then mid insane, high insane. So that one I'll need remorseless to insane. So remorseless to extreme was also unnecessary. But whatever. Okay. Now that we have done that, that took so long that I don't even remember how I was going to do this. I put that inside this script. That way I can just copy and paste it from here into that. So we need to let me put this first, actually, since it doesn't matter really which order I do these in on here. But I think the first thing you would probably do is change which tower you're voting and then choose your difficulty. So that seems like the most logical order to put it here, but like I said, it does not matter. Vote buttons folder. Oh, right. So I'm going to need let me do a new variable, local difficulty voting area folder. It's a long variable name, but that's fine. Which is going to be that. Then what I just copied and pasted from, let me just replace it with that. There we go. Now I can go difficulty voting area folder dot tower selection button. Right, okay. Let me not specify that yet, or reference these text buttons yet, because I'm going to detach them from here. which I can do if I... How much space do I want to be between that? Maybe like half a stud, which means I need to make this part be 1 stud wider. So let me find it. Size, like that. Which means if I want the frame and this thing to be... Where's size? Here it is. If I still want that to be 4 studs, that means it needs to be 4/9 of the way across, which is 0.4444444% across. So that means this needs to be not 0.5, but 0.444. It's rounded, but it's close enough. So it's going to be slightly not 5, or slightly not exactly 0.5 studs, but it's fine. Who cares? These also need to, or not also, they need to be 2 out of 9, which is 0.222222222. There we go. But a border or something around this might look nice. Can I add that? Is there such thing as a border? Yeah, border color 3. Don't even see it though. There's no, is there border? Oh, border size pixel. Let's go like 3. You can only see it on the edges though, because of course you can. Why would it not just make my life more difficult? But honestly, that looks fine. We'll leave it as that. So actually, okay. We've got that ready now. Technically, since I didn't change the ancestry of these, like I didn't move them outside the surface GUI or anything, I didn't have to wait to do this, but that's fine. Because now let's do dot previous tower button. Oh wait, dot surface GUI. Dot previous tower button. Dot mouse button 1 click connect function. But hold on. Maybe I want to do a for in loop so I can do both of those like at the same time. Let's think about that. No, because all we need is yeah, this is actually going to be pretty simple what's inside each of these events. Because it's basically just going to, like, loop through a table. So I better define that table, shouldn't I? Local tower table. And then, it was somewhere, it was in the other script, that I put a table that's going to look pretty much exactly the same. Here we go. That is all of the tower acronyms of everything. In this order. And then Ring 5 Tower Rush at the end. Then I think I need a variable called local position equals 1. Because it starts at position 1 in that table. We can add a comment too. Your position in the tower, or in tower table, which tower you can currently vote on. Or you are currently voting on. Is perhaps a more accurate way of writing that. You are currently voting on. Just make sure I got that right. Okay. 10 Robos. What's even the name of the ring? I'm not really naming them. I guess I could, but I haven't really thought about it. When you click previous tower button, it needs to take your position and subtract 1. Let's say you're here. It's going to go, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to go to 5 and put you here. But if you're at TOBFO, then we want to go to 19, which is that. Position equals position minus 1. But if position is now 0, then we want the position to instead be 19. Then I can do a very similar thing with the next tower button. We just copy paste that whole line, but not previous tower button, next tower button. Okay. Connect function, there we go. This time we want position to equal, well, hold on, idea. Let's not write equals position -1. I can make this do minus equals 1, which is like an abbreviated way of writing that. And similarly, this one's going to be plus equals 1. So this is just another way of writing position equals position plus 1. Now, if position is 20, let's say you were on this, and then you clicked the button, now your position is 20, but there isn't a 20th one in this table, so we want it to instead go back to the beginning. So if it's 20, and about to try and set you to an impossible 20th tower, then let's not do that. Let's do position equals 1. Okay. Although that's just a number. It's not, like, related to the table at all at this time. So to do that, we're going to need a remote function. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, so another, so many remote events. This is getting out of hand. Wasn't there one we already did? What was the one I did before? What was this? Tower vote remote event. Yeah, that one's for when you submit a vote. So let me call it not tower vote, but let me call it like submit vote. Which means I'm going to have to rename it everywhere, which is annoying. What was that, tower vote? It's not tower vote, it's submit vote. And then let's rename the variable, submit vote remote event. And then everywhere it said, the other one, tower vote RE, just replace that with that. And if we look along the side here, there's no blue lines, which indicates I didn't do that anywhere. This one, let's do submit vote RE, and this one, put in submit vote. Then anywhere there's a blue line like that, do that, and I think that was the only spot I referenced that variable. Okay, cool. Now let me add a remote function to here, and I'm going to call it, what do I even call it? This is going to be when the server asks the client what tower they're trying to vote on. I don't want to do some stupidly long name like, what tower is the player trying to vote on? That's way too long. We could do voting, tower vote. That's what the other one was. No, it wasn't. It was submit vote. I could do request selected tower. Selected tower vote. That's still pretty long, but not too bad. You can also do Control H to easily replace things. Hold on. One more thing, because of renaming anti-exploit. I need to authorize those. So what did I rename it to? And renamed it to submit vote. Where's tower vote? This is now submit vote, but I want these to be in alphabetical order. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. So that means this one needs to go submit vote. And then, comma. We also added this extremely long name. QR request settings. SE L A B C D F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T. Yes. Why is it always so hard to remember what or where letters are in relation to one another? That should be in alphabetical order. Okay. Because if a thing gets added to replicated storage or server script service that's not supposed to be there, it gets deleted. So I have to like authorize it. Okay, back to this. So we have this remote function. let me get a variable for it. It's in replicated storage, so that's alphabetically before submit vote. So let's do request selected tower vote by remote function equals replicated storage wait for child that. We won't code anything with that yet on that script. Let me do that here too. Okay. Let me get rid of that line and then put a comment over here. Whoops, I have caps lock on. The arrow buttons allow you to cycle through each tower in the area and decide and choose the tower you wish to vote on. Next problem I just thought of. What happens if you put it on a tower you can't vote on? Let's say you put it on this tower, Tower Vital of Purism, but you haven't reached the difficulty voting point of that tower over there. Currently, it would just not let you vote. Like, you'd step on a button and it wouldn't do anything. But do I want to maybe, like, put it as grayed out or something? That didn't mean another remote function asking for that. Why? There's always a million problems, and I always just think of more. We'll come back to that, though. We're going to do request that dot on client invoke. And for this one, you equals function, and then what am I don't think I'm going to pass anything along, so we can just do that. That function is going to be return tower table position. So let's say you have this thingy on TOBC1. That means when tower voting script asks for what you're looking at, it'll say, or it'll return to here TOBC1. Then I can just use that for tower acronym. We'll do that in a minute. Next thing is let's make it so it says the name here, which is going to mean dealing with all these and determining how to, or which one I need to clone into here. It's also going to mean converting acronyms, which well, we set the position, okay? Then we just need to find, let's do the text first. That one's the easier one. What is it called? Difficulty voting, not that, nope. Lobby, yeah. Difficulty, this dot tower selection button dot tower acronym label, nope, dot surface GUI dot tower acronym label dot text equals tower table position, which is the acronym, but I want it to not say the acronym but the full name, so we're going to need acronym converter from replicated storage. Acronym converter equals replicated storage wait for child acronym converter, but require that because that's a module script. So I want to do acronym converter dot convert acronym, and we're converting that acronym. Okay, it's a bit of a long line, but it does edit that, so cool. Next up is the hard part of the gradients. So, yeah. How do I get from like if you have a tower acronym that you're wait, hold on. This needs to go here as well. If we have a tower acronym, how do I know that this needs to be easy to medium? I guess we just have to do a giant table, which is great, because of course I do. Local gradient table equals giant table, and then, hold on. Let me go to acronym converter. Whoopsie. Let me just copy paste this. That way it has all the acronyms like as keys. They'll just make this a little bit faster. This one I want to be easy underscore medium. Yeah. TOCS. Right, this is where I need to, there's no getting out of it this time. I need to decide what difficulties these things are gonna be. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and set up the difficulty chart for realsies now, and I guess I'll just mark them on there. Where do I want this to even go? We'll put it there for now. Yet I can't even decide where there is. Right here. Okay. Now remember, I don't want to have these ones be like larger, like they were in Tower of the Planets, because we have things all throughout the difficulty chart up to, well, like insane. So, let's go like 0.5. Could try to scale it exactly as it is in JTOH, I mean ETOH, but let's go like 1.5 per. One point five. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of tall. Is it? Am I just looking at that wrong? Roro, do the length of the table to support later rings instead of a constant. Good idea. I will do that. Yeah, okay, the scale of that is a bit weird. I will fix that. Uh-oh, this threw an error. How big of a problem is that? Or is it just that I didn't finish typing a line? What did it say? Line 37? Something went wrong? Tower selection button is not a valid member of workspace. That might have been because I need to wait for a child. Okay. Let's do local tower selection button equals vote buttons folder. No, difficulty voting area folder. Wait for child. Tower selection button. Then, anytime I said that, we're just going to do that. Here we go. Okay, so now anytime I said if position equals, well, we're going to do number tower table. Okay, there we go. Okay. If position is 1, then go to the end of the table. If position is now the length of the table plus 1, I guess I'll put spaces like, no. That kind of keeps it all together, which is nicer. If it's now like that, then we're going to set the position to 1. There. Okay. Cool. So that's all of that. We're still trying to get this scaled right. Move this over a little bit. This needs to be a bit wider. Let's go like, maybe I should just look at what it looks like in ETOH. Never gonna get used to calling it that. So let me join that game. Loading. I'll switch the OBS thing so you guys can see this momentarily. If Roblox has got to update, okay. In the meantime, I can make this be the font I want it to be. I don't want it to be Jura, but instead, Microma. Then, let's just, like, see what that would look like with an acronym. Nice. Okay, we are loud. Volume off. I don't want any copyright claims right now. Got 1 in 15 RNG ring select, which you guys will be able to see right now. Very epic. Okay. Let's just join ring 1. This will be fine. Are you going to add all the towers to the chart right now? Yes. If you guys have any suggestions on how to place them or disagree with me, feel free to complain about it in the chat and give me viewer engagement. And maybe change my opinions too. But, yeah. Okay, so how many studs is this? That looks like, well, I can look on here. 4 studs. Okay, so like the back wall of that, which for whatever reason seems to only go up to Remorseless. I don't really know why, but okay. I think that looks kind of weird, so I'm just going to have it go all the way to the top. But it needs to be 4 studs. So, let me switch my OBS scene back. It's not actually changing scenes, but that, okay. This needs to be 3 studs then. The actual difficulty blocks. And then there's, how tall are they? They're 2.5 studs each. Let's just get the, they're 3 studs wide and 2.5 studs tall. And then the ones at the top are the 0.5. It would look like. Come on. Okay. I need more space. Okay. Then, these need to be 2.5 studs each. Okay. Then the back part, let's go, well, it needs to be 4 studs, right? Not 4.5, 4. Then go down to the bottom. It's pretty tall. I think that's the right scale, though. Looks like it. Yeah. Then SMToH, it looks a bit more like this. Well, no, it looks like this, actually. Do I want to do that? I mean, I don't know. Roro, can you currently play SMToH? You could play Tower of the Planets. I'll send the link. Give me a second. Let me get the link. SMToH game link. Copy, paste. There. That's the... You can play Tower of the Planets there. Let me confirm that was the right link and I didn't accidentally post the wrong link. Whenever anyone asks for that, I usually just go to the Google Doc Roro Studios Discord server, where I typed up all the stuff I put in rules and info and a couple other channels too, like to copy paste from. And I can easily access the link to copy from both my phone and computer, so yeah, that's why I went to that anyway. Okay, so which looks better? Option A, with these, like, above the wall on the back. Or maybe B, I know there's Z fighting, pretend that's not there. Hold on. Okay, here are your options. A, B, C. Let's let democracy decide with a poll in the chat. Where is it? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Which difficulty chart looks the best? A, B, or C? I'll let you guys see them again before I post that and set them up. Okay. Let me just move this way out of the way. Okay, that's A. B was this. I know that's kind of like inside that part, which looks weird, but just deal with it for now. You won't see it. I'll remove that if I go with this option. Then C is this. Trying to select those and just delete them. There. Okay. Here are your options again, mostly pertaining to the top. Okay. Start poll. I'll let that be there for like a minute or so. So option A, we've got, this is exactly what it looks like in Ring 5, although like here is a different color, which I'm not going to do because that looks weird. Option B, you've got it going all the way up to the top, and it kind of matches what's going on at the bottom, next to the ground. Then option C, this just goes up a little bit more, which is consistent with the border around here. Currently, C is in the lead. What do I think, though? I won't say my opinion just yet, but I will decide it. C is still in the lead with 11 votes, and A is in second place. Commentating this like a sports commentator. Is A gonna catch up, or is C gonna keep the lead? I love A because it represents that soul crushings are not required to complete. No one likes B. Oh, yeah. No one's voting for this one. Well, I don't know if I don't really agree with soul crushings are not required to complete. Well, no tower is required to complete. I mean, it's not in the tower rush. There's that. But that does, I have thought about this. Like, what do I want when I add in the soul crushing for this ring, which is going to go in the main ring, just on one of these islands like any of the other towers, will that be in the tower rush? Then it is always kind of weird when you have, like, a tower rush suddenly become more difficult because a whole new tower was added. Perhaps no more evidently than in SMToH Ring 2, where it suddenly was like twice as hard because they added Citadel of Wacky Strategy. But they're not canon to begin with. There's no badge, so like who cares? But there's a badge here in SMToH. So, But I guess I'll do tower rushes don't include the soul crushings. They also won't include the citadels or whatever is in a separate place. Theoretically, I could code that to work, but I don't really want to. Well, let's see. For Ring 5, that would mean you'd have to play all 18 of these towers, which, yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. But theoretically, I could also make it include the soul crushing, which will go here somewhere. It could also include that intense tower that'll be built in its own place. It could also include the Ring 5 Citadel, which will also be in its own place. But I'm not going to do that. And it looks like A has taken the lead. Whoa. An unexpected comeback win. Alright, I'm going to end the poll now. Okay, so it looks like A won. So let me delete these. So let me see if I got the scale right, which, looking at the reference in the game, Ring 1. Yeah, that looks about like it. And you can wall hop. Everyone loves wall hopping on the difficulty chart. B got no votes. But, okay. Let me just put this over here. Or I should just move the whole chart around. So, let's decide some difficulties. This is mostly going to be based on my opinion, and if you disagree, then please vent in the chat and give me some engagement. And then also vote what you think once this releases, which currently the hoped for release date is March 1st, but we'll have to see. Okay, let's start with TOBFO, which I say is, do I say it's baseline easy or just like low easy? Do we even need to get any more specific than like the 3 subdivisions of each difficulty? I guess I could, yeah. Because I'll do like the average, maybe, when I decide the difficulty. Like, let's say we have 50 people vote low easy, 30 people vote mid easy, and 10 people vote high easy. Let me get out the calculator. We have 50 for low easy, 30 for mid easy, 10 for high easy, which is 90 total votes. Yeah, how do I average that? Do I do like a weighted average, the thing no one knows how to do? Well, no, hold on. No, yeah, it's got to be a weighted average, I think. Because if I count... What? Why am I worrying about this again? That tower is bottom effortless, high intense, high easy equals 3. How about instead of just imagining the tower, let me play it? Also, I'm going to leave the game from where the Woodring won. Okay. Let's do an epic playthrough. Yeah, so pretty easy. Makes sense, because it is beginner-friendly obstacles, isn't it? Conveyors. And... You go this way. Yay! Yeah, I think that's baseline easy. High easy equals 3, mid easy equals 2, low easy equals 1. I think you're talking about the averaging difficulties. Well, we'll get to it. But, yeah, I think this is baseline easy. I know it's going to, like, clip into the floor if I do that. We'll clean this up a bit in just a minute once I add all these. Also, let me take the position of this, Control-C, and then paste it into the pivot position of this. That way, that's just a bit nicer. Okay, and that's not the TOTP label, but the TOBFO label. Next up, we got Tower of Celestial Sky. Pretty sure I thought you were a girl in your older videos. That's so funny. You're not actually the first person to say that, which is interesting. Okay, so consider the difficulty of this. I would definitely say it is a higher difficulty than Tower of Beginner Friendly Obstacles, but it's still quite easy. Maybe, would I say mid-easy, or do I just say, like, low-easy? Probably low-easy. Yeah. I'm feeling low-easy for this. Very not hard completion. Cool. My eyes so bright. Okay, so I changed the volume of my alarm. This is related, I promise. To be extremely loud so that I'd stop just like sleeping through it, because I was doing that way too much and it was getting annoying. So a couple times lately I have actually gotten up with my alarm to do some like editing before school or something. TOCS. And so I turn on my computer and open some things, and only then do I regret having Discord light mode on. So what I did was I put a pair of sunglasses in a drawer, like at my desk. I can grab them right now and put on sunglasses. I know you can't see that, but maybe you can hear that. Yes. Just like cheap sunglasses that I had. Yeah. And then, that way, I don't get blinded because my eyes haven't adjusted yet. It's only crazy if it doesn't work. It has wraps, so baseline easy is not an option. Put the sunglasses on to then turn on dark mode. Nah. Anyway, okay, where was I placing TOCS? Said low easy. And remember, we're dividing this into thirds, and it's 3 studs tall, right? No, 2.5 studs tall. 2.5 divided by 3 is 0.8333333333333. Maybe what if we put like little reference, like little tick marks or something? Point. What did I just say? 0.8333333333333. 0.833. Let me just line that up there. These are temporary parts. Let's just call it a very creative name. 0.8333. Move it up a little bit. Is this worth doing? I'm questioning that now. Make it a different color so I can see it. Then do that. Then this one, I can't just move it up again because it's going to be off by like 0.001 studs, and that's going to annoy me. Looks lined up to me though. And let me do that. And then up a little bit. Put it as a random other color. Then do like that. Sure. Okay, now let me just copy this and move it up by increments of 5 studs. Look at that efficiency. 2.5 for this one. Then that one's going to be different, but there's only like, well, the Ring 5 Tower Rush that's going to go in that zone, so cool. Let me go. I should have done this on the first one, so I didn't have to do this, but whatever. Yay. Alright. Now I can more clearly see where the like subdivisions of the difficulties are. So I can see low easy, mid easy, high easy. Very nice. Okay. And remember, those are temporary, so it looks really bad, but don't worry about it. Yeah, I think that placement is good. Next up, we got Tower of Birthday Celebrations, which is my own tower. So let's give that a try. This one's longer than the other two, which were less than a minute long if you go pretty fast. This one's like 4 minutes-ish. So that's a good thing to, or a good time to talk about something from things to talk about while live streaming. Yay! If I can think of one. But also I can't be distracting myself too much because I gotta pay attention to what... Why am I even doing this? I decided the difficulty was high easy already. What am I doing? Don't worry. Most of the towers are about 4 minutes, as is that one. Let me duplicate... We'll go, like, alternating. Let's put this one, like, here. This one's gonna be... Where's the text? There it is. TOBC. Do I want to put 1? I will not. But here, in the name of this, I'll put TOBC1. There's not going to be any code that references that, but, I mean, unless I want to have code that just, like, automatically puts these based on where their difficulty is. I don't really want to do that, though. Because really, I'm like a week or two after I release Ring 5, I'm just going to go through the votes and then adjust them accordingly, and then I'll be done. It's not to say no tower will ever have its difficulty changed, but it could, and I can just change it there. So there's not really need to script that, I don't think. Next up is Tower of Sophisticated. I can't speak, but, you know. When do you think Ring 5 will release? Current goal is March 1st. But who knows, because the video is super long and very editing heavy with a 13,000 word script. Wow, good job. Okay, so this one was submitted as... Well, actually, hold on. If I go to SMToH tower submissions and see what these things were submitted as... Tower of beginner, friend... Hold on, wait. SMToH final submissions, actually. Tower of beginner-friendly obstacles was not specified. Tower of Celestial Sky was not specified. I specified it for Tower of birthday celebrations. Find the one for Tower of... or TOSSS. He says anywhere in medium. Okay. So, yeah. Some people said, like, high hard or high, mid to high hard was the one for Tower of Vast Outdoor Expeditions I just saw. Yeah. If they didn't specify, or if they did specify, I will just go with that. If not, I'll decide. So far, I'm kind of feeling like this is maybe... Where do I go? Hold on. I forgot. Is it over here? No, I came from that way, but on the other side because it's symmetrical. Why am I not able... What? Hold on. My brain isn't braining. No, I do go down. Okay, I'm stupid. This is maybe like mid to high medium is what I'm thinking at the moment. Not just because I keep failing, because I do have a skill issue. Yes. Should have multi-selected all of them and changed the scale property. What, for the temporary difficulty subdivisioners? Random thing I remembered. Will you make the red line that leads to the tower to the difficulty chart turn green when you beat that specific tower? Oh, I do have to do that, don't I? Well, let's think about how I could do that as I play through this. I'm gonna need... I need to know what towers you've beaten, which is tracked in your tower stats. Theoretically, I could loop through that table. And then see number of wins and see if it's at least one. If it is, then it will flip the color to green when you join. So it'll see that if you join. Then I guess I could also do that when you win a tower. Or maybe I'll do that on each respawn. I could do that. Yeah. When your character loads in, it will look through your tower stats and then in a local script, then change like the portal name on the tower and on the difficulty chart and things and set them to green. That has to be a local script so that only that player sees it. Yes, okay. But we're also going to have to use a server-sided script as part of that to determine... Like, because only server scripts can access data stores / profile stores from profile service. So, yeah. There's that. Shouldn't really be that hard to do, but that does mean even more remote functions. Or actually, remote event. Yeah. Unless I can put that in, like, data, which I think I might actually be able to. That's one of the data store scripts, or profile server scripts. It's the same script that puts this here when you join the game. So if I just have it fire a remote event to tell a client script to change the colors of the portals, and I do that. Well, that's when you join the game, isn't it? Not when you respawn. Though I could connect, like, just do a character added in that script too. Which would work, I guess. Yeah, I guess I may as well reduce the number of scripts there are. What am I doing? I'm supposed to go up here. I think I just ran in a circle for no reason. I'm still doing that. Go this way. Or the nameplate turns green when beating it without items. Yeah, like on the tower portal. Hold on, let me actually add to my list of things I still gotta do. Make the tower portal names and acronyms on the difficulty chart turn green when you beat a tower. Teleporter. Okay, so I'm still questioning, do I use a data script to turn them green when you join or when you respawn? Because I guess I want to do that on each respawn. Or a separate script. If I do it in data, well, data is kind of just, it's not that it wouldn't work in data, it's that it just, is that really the right place to write that script, or should I use a separate script? Because what data does is it, like, basically loads in the profiles when you join, and then if there's anything that I can, like, easily do there when you join, such as that, like, that I also want to do, such as this, like, load in the leader stats, then I can do that too. Yay. How many times have I won that? 4, with my best win time being 9 seconds. I'm such a good speedrunner. I'm thinking mid-medium, probably low-medium. What do I think? I did say mid to high medium because I was having a skill issue. I'm kind of feeling mid-medium. You change your mind, mid-medium. Alright, mid-medium it is. Let's copy this one. We'll go, like, towards the bottom end of mid-medium. And then call this TOSSS label. Then put the acronym as, or like on here, TOSSS. Alright, next up is Tower of Big Cave, the other TOBC. Now, these are kind of like, undeniably, this one is obviously the easier one, so like, hopefully it'll be obvious enough that, well, like, this one's definitely medium. It's, from playing it before, I can go ahead and tell you, I'm definitely not going to say it's easy. And also, that one definitely is easy. So, you should be able to tell them apart well enough. But let's begin anyway with Tower of Big Cave. Did I just, like, break it and didn't do the lighting change? Oh, never mind. Well, that's good, I guess. Okay, what else is there to talk about? I guess I'll go to things to talk about while live streaming. Where it is? Okay. Okay. So you know how when you go to like a concert or something, they'll usually say like, locate the nearest exit for the event of an emergency, so that yeah, something like that. Well, for some reason, they say in the event, like at this one place, they say, in the event of an emergency, please take a moment to locate the nearest exit. What that means is technically don't locate the nearest exit until there's an emergency. So that means you should find no, it's wrong. Is it going to be ring select? Yes. They should say, like, please take a moment to locate the nearest exit for the unlikely event of an emergency. But also saying the unlikely event of an emergency. I find that kind of annoying. Honestly, for no good reason. But I do have a good reason for being annoyed by when they say don't locate the nearest exit until there's an emergency. So, what's the deal with that? Where do I go? Oh, over here. I think this is unsafety netted, right? Yeah. Just need to check that. Okay, so you can see around the ring while you're out here. Do I want to do like a fog end or something so you can't? No, I mean, I guess it's fine as is. Although it does make this part. Wasn't there a fog end in this tower's own place? I thought there was. I think this tower is peak medium or base hard. What are some medium towers in SMToH? For reference, there's like a Tower of Slanted Anticipation and Tower of Madness. Those are the first two that came to mind for some reason. Haven't played Tower of Slanted Anticipation since I did its video like 3 years ago. So, terrible example. But Tower of Madness. How does this compare to the difficulty of Tower of Madness? It's less punishing, that's for sure, because it's like safety netted the whole time. But also, to some extent, all these towers are, because they're shorter. Oopsie. But, I guess it is, it is, like, this isn't too advanced gameplay, but it's, like, if you start with, like, the TOBFO as, like, the first tower you've ever done, then, yeah, this can be a slight challenge, but not too bad. Although, I guess that shouldn't really affect what I decide the difficulty should be. I think I'm going to go with high-medium. Phone snapping. Oh, yeah, that one's medium, isn't it? That one I've played more recently for Christmas event and stuff. Oh, and this is also good for, running through most of these towers is good for determining their length, which I was trying to figure out before. I don't remember why. But, there we go. That's Tower of Big Cave. And I say it is high-medium. I mean, the tower is sight-readable apart from some of the outside. Yeah. Let me take the TOBC1 label and move it up here. And this is the TOBC2 label, and how convenient, I don't have to change the text. That's nice that worked out. Also, let me delete that, because that's kind of unnecessary. Alright, moving on with the towers. We're doing Tower of Vast Outdoor Expeditions now. This one's pretty long, I think. Although the Tower of I Love Purism is the longest. At least based on the lengths of their segments of the video where I played and reviewed all these towers. For which Tower of I Love Purism was like 8 minutes long. Which is long enough for mid-roll ads. Although that was never a problem for that video to begin with. Because, it was over an hour. And also claimed the record of my longest video ever. Although it was soon to be beaten by the Tower of the Planets full playthrough. Which was even longer. Oh, right. I pressed the button up there. Okay. Wait, did he say a difficulty for this? I forgot. Right. He said high, peak, hard. I guess I've already started playing this. Don't have to play through the entire thing. So actually, it's not entirely true that... Why did it do that? It's not entire... Right, okay. Because it reflects you across the center of the part. But, yeah, I don't have to play through all these towers. Just enough to get an idea of the difficulty. Which I already have some of anyway. Because, you know, I did play through them all months ago. So do I agree with that? It's high, peak, hard. Nearly difficult difficulty. What is there in SMToH, ETOH that's challenging? I mean, difficult. There's like Tower of Keyboard Yeeting. Alright, the double jump thing. Yeah, it's not, this isn't quite as difficult as Tower of Keyboard Yeeting. So, yeah. I suppose I'd agree with high, peak, hard. What do you guys think? High, hard seems legit. I think this is bottom difficult. According to TOVO's place, it's like low, hard. What would be the different length indicators for the towers, since they are way shorter, for being mini towers? Oh, right. I guess I do need to get the lengths of these. Or if nothing else, just, look at the lengths of their segments from the playing and reviewing all the towers video. But I'm probably going to do a bit like I did for Tower of the Planets, where I just wrote out, like, the approximate length time in, like, actual time increments. For example, that one said 1 hour, 30 minutes, because it's an insanely long tower. These ones are obviously much shorter. Yeah, I'd probably put it on every tower, honestly, because why not? We'd put a little hint that says, like, approximate length 30 seconds, approximate length 45 seconds. This one, I think, is like 4 minutes. So, yeah. I think this tower is high hard since it seems pretty short. Well, no, that one, it's pretty long. How long was its segment? I do not remember. Let's find out together, shall we? Scroll down a bit. I have not posted that many videos in the last, like, 6 months. It's been a whole month since I posted my last video because I've been focusing on this. But I have been getting slightly better sleep, so that's good. Remind me what I was looking for? Oh, I found it. Okay. The Tower of Vast Outdoor Expeditions segment lasted from 18 minutes 40 seconds to 24 minutes 22 seconds. So that was 5.5 minutes. No, wait, what? No, math. 18 plus 5 is 23 40 seconds. 5 to 6 minutes is about how long it was. So, yeah, that was kind of on the longer side. There we go. Maybe give the length name like ETOH. Long, very long, extremely long, ridiculous long, inhumanely long, but make the time needed to classify the tower with that length much smaller. I mean, yeah, I just don't really like that system of naming them, because, I mean, like, I can never remember what they are anyway, and they only put the, like, chart that explains them all in the first area of each world, i.e. Ring 1 and Zone 1. So I just forget constantly. So, yeah. I'd rather put the approximate length anyway. Then again, I play towers extremely slow, so does that even help anyone? Who even knows? I suspect Tower of Minimal Vibrancy might fall a bit below, this one, which let me rename this to be TOVOE. Change this to be that. Okay. No, wait, but I want this on the other side. Hold on, let me collapse all right here. so things are a bit less chaotic. Take like that. Put this right here. We're gonna go right there. Name this TOVOE. Go here, type in TOVOE. This one, because like I said, it's probably going to be in this area, maybe. We're about to find out. But I'll go ahead and type in TOMV, and then name that TOMV. And move that down a little bit. That's not the official placement. We're about to determine the official placement. To put approximate length, you would probably need a bunch of playtesters and then average out their first win times. Well, usually that's based on, like, you don't fall at all and go at a, good pace. Not too slow, not too fast. Neon indicates vine swings. But, like, the Tower of the Planet's length, that one I just, like, took the approximate length of its video, which is pretty much going at that pace of not falling too many times. And I include just about every jump, so it's, like, not too much error, I feel like, in my assertion of how long the tower is based on that. There is, like, the intro and stuff. Well, how long was that video? Hold on. It was 1 hour, 24 minutes, 13 seconds. So, I mean, based on that, the tower was maybe more like 1 hour, 20 minutes. But also, ain't no way anyone's gonna beat it that fast, so, yeah. Anyway, what difficulty do I say this is? That is indeed a good question. It almost feels like nearly exactly the same difficulty as Tower of Vast Outdoor Expeditions. Although this one I think is shorter. Decisions. Oh, right. I forgot I'm supposed to bring the zip line with me. I don't think I even got it. Just rushing through this. Let's just pretend I did all that so well. Yeah, it feels like the two hard towers are almost the same difficulty, so now it's just a question of which one is slightly easier than the other. Do I need to go play some more TOVOE to decide? I mean, let's consider the fact that that one has, like, a good amount of button progress, sort of. I guess playing with no clip, I don't really know that well. But, they're equal in difficulty. Yeah. This is a tough decision. But I think that's enough of that tower played. I think maybe maybe this one is slightly easier. Let me skip ahead a little bit. Let's start, like, after the basement or something, which just, like, launches you up here. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this one's got, like, a couple of jumps that you're probably gonna fail, like, once or twice. Such as, well, this part's probably like one of the hardest in. Yeah, that's probably like one of the hardest parts of the tower. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with TOVOE is slightly harder than Tower of Minimal Vibrancy. So that's good because I placed these as such. Let's go like here. Are they really high hard though? This was submitted as high hard. But maybe they're closer to like mid hard. Although someone else was saying this felt low difficult. So, we'll go with high hard, I guess. Maybe take both of these, move them down just a little bit. Should I say this one is high hard? This one is low within the high hard zone. This one is high within the mid hard zone. I guess that's a good enough way to do that. Sure, whatever. All right. I gotta end the stream soon, so we'll do one more tower. We'll do Tower of Saturated Colors, although that one's super short. So I guess we'll do that one and Tower of Absolute Neon. TOSC, Tower of Superception, or Tower of Soul Crushing. That's a duplicate acronym I don't have to worry about, because that's the one in Tower of Superception is the Ring 1 Soul Crushing and Obby Creator. So this was submitted as... Did he say? Hold on. Tower of Saturated Colors? Nah, he just said difficult. That's probably like one of the hardest jumps of the tower right there. So that's cool. Or worth considering. And then this is also the only outside. So there's that. Yeah, you can press that button and then I forget what that activates. It's something in there. You can jump back, or if you fall, you can just re-enter the tower because there's like no frame right down there. So consider that too. Those red balls are elevators. Indeed they are. I can confirm this. It's kind of feeling like low difficult. Although, in a way, it almost feels easier than the two hards. So, not really sure what to say. I mean, it's less client object heavy. There's that. Where do I go? I forgot. Is it over here? I don't think so. Or is it? Am I supposed to go into climbing animation on that? I think that's what I do, yeah. That does feel a bit difficult for even just if it is difficult. But this looks mid-hard, honestly. Other than that one jump there. I mean, I don't want to, like, put the difficulty outside what it was submitted as. But, yeah, I do kind of feel like you're right. I don't know that exists in that menu now, but okay. Yeah. So I'll put it as baseline difficult. Because it was submitted within difficult, but in my opinion, it's closer to mid-hard. What that would mean is the difficulties you may vote on for it are here, 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 here. Which does include mid-hard, which is what you were saying in the chat. Okay. I want to copy-paste this one. It's probably going to clip a little bit. Yeah. Let me do that. And do TOSC. This same person built TOCS and TOSC. Brian708 was his name. This is TOSC. And then I want to rotate this just a little bit. And maybe before this becomes too big of a problem, should I rename all these little stick things? Something so that I can... Well, no, it's just 2 parts, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. But they're not going to be the same color, are they? Hold on. Because I want them to change to green when you beat them. I don't want them both to be that. Whoops, wrong color. Why is it... Yeah, I don't want that to be like neon green. I want that to be neon green, but not that. But not like the neon material, though. Okay. So I guess I better name these, you know, best to do this before there's too many, so I don't have to select those too much. Let's call these things not part, but acronym part. Then call the other ones Let's call these, what do I call that? Line. Let's call it line. As good as name as any. Yeah, that tower needs some buffs. Yeah, okay, I didn't realize you were in the stream. Oh yeah, you did send like one message. Okay, hello there. Not really sure exactly what to do if, like, you know, the tower's already here, so it's not exactly easy to just buff it. I mean, unless you very awkwardly tell me all the changes to make, which is probably not the best way to do that. What I can do is if you want to, like, make some changes, you can, like, update its original place, and then copy-pasting it into here again shouldn't be that hard. As long as it just makes sure it's consistent with everything else in such respects as, hold on, is like, it's set up like this, which you don't have to worry about this. I mean, it would be helpful if you do this, but I don't know. It's kind of specific what needs to be done, so maybe it's just, like, I'll probably have to change something, so maybe you just can leave it to me. Doesn't matter too much, but, like, each of these has TOC, or TOSC underscore client object, like the acronym, and then same for obby, then spawn location and frame. Yeah, one thing I do want to do / update the rules for this is anything you want to remain loaded of your tower with low detail, put it in the frame model. Because that's gonna, well, yeah. The reason the obby needs the acronym in front is because that, like, the obby folders get moved to replicated storage with low detail. And the client-sided folders are already in replicated storage until you enter the tower. Like, there's no low detail setting related to that. But if you wanted to make some buffs to that, you could just, like, tell me. Then I can just, like, reinsert the tower, make it be consistent with the other ones like that. And, yeah. Oh, if you're wondering where the music folder is, I just, like, combined all of them from all towers into one thing. So, yeah. Okay. Pretty much have to end the stream now. So, do I want to try to do one more tower in the next 30 seconds? I don't think I really have time for that. So, yeah. That will end the stream. I've got a couple more, well, a lot more than a couple, like over half of them left to decide what I think their difficulties are. Unless, I could do the next one if TOAN by zero complication had... No, he just said difficult. So, yeah. Should I update TOET2 so I can add the top heads into the frame? No, I already did that on here. I just took those and moved them into the frame so that you can still see them. Well, actually, did I put them in frame? If I turn on low detail, yeah, you can still see them. So, yeah. You can do that in its own place if you want, I guess. There's not really any point to, but, yeah. Will you post a photo in the Discord of the difficulty chart once it's done? Yeah. That'll be a good teaser for Ring 5. Mostly I've been doing, like, little teasers from the video editing process, which is so much. They've been quite vague and unhelpful, though, like how the AI bots are going to take over the world because they subliminally made me write out AI with keyframes. Yeah, that was low effort, I'll be honest. Well, whatever. Yes, I will post a picture of that in the Discord as a Ring 5 teaser. I'll be sure to remove this, but yeah. So that is going to conclude the stream. We focused entirely on the difficulty voting, but also, well, this is related to that. So that's kind of the big focus. I didn't ever test this, actually. If I click that, it doesn't work. Why not? Does this one work? Attempting to call a nil value. Whatever. I'm sure it's not that. That should be an easy fix. We'll just figure it out. So, yeah. Among Us. So, I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I might be able to stream tomorrow, too. I mean, I'm not doing anything, so if I just get up early, then you can expect another stream, hopefully about this time, too. So, yeah. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I already said that. Yeah. I'll see you in the next video or live stream, and have a great day.